Ryan Little.
Hello there, welcome to another video from Joker Tech. My name is Mike Dixon, and I wanted to today announce a new phone that's nobody else has got. Well, maybe one time they did. But anyway, this is a new phone for the channel. I'm super stoked to get this phone. As you can tell probably by the shape, it is a Samsung phone, and it is a Galaxy S8 Plus. Yeah, we're going to get into it and talk about why I have this phone. So let's get into it. Why I have this phone. Trying not to give you the long story, but basically, my daughter-in-law needed a new phone, and here, let me bring up the table a little bit. My daughter-in-law needed a new phone, so I got her a Pixel 3, a Pixel 3a XL, and moved her over to a new carrier. Got her on my visible line, and with that, I took possession of her old phone. And my intent was, I was going to play with it, and I was going to sell it. Probably am going to sell it, but not right away, because I've had this phone for 6 days or straight. It is on my personal line. So the first thing I want to get into is, this is a Sprint unit. This is a Sprint device. If you look it up, unless they changed the model, I didn't check that. So SM955U. I know that there was a way of designating certain numbers to certain carrier model. So that's what it just said. So, with the change, with the merge of Sprint with T-Mobile, I wasn't sure how this was going to play out. So sure enough, put in the SIM, boom, it does a reboot. After a minute or so, it comes back and it gives me the, the T-Mobile chime, and it's all magenta. And going into it, it I want to say impregnated. It gave me good old carrier bloat with a T-Mobile app and the device unlock. Now, it's still holding the secure Wi-Fi, which is obviously, that's the yellow color from Sprint, which I found it interesting. The device is, to me, unlocked to anybody who's using T-Mobile network. I did throw my Mint mobile SIM in it, and it worked fine. Put my T-Mobile SIM back in, worked fine. Now, I don't have a Verizon SIM, I don't have AT&T. So this is my experience. Let me just put this out there right now. This is my experience dealing with this phone. And so if you have a Sprint phone and you happen to give it to somebody, to definitely check with the carrier, though, check with T-Mobile and see. More likely, there's going to be a chance that that phone's going to probably work. It only would make sense that since now Sprint is wholly owned now by T-Mobile, that they would make at least some or majority of their existing phones that are Sprint only now work on the T-Mobile network. So, surprisingly, this phone only came with those kind of bloaty apps. Game launcher was in there, typical Samsung apps. But let's see, Amazon I added. Capital One is one of my banking apps. Let's see, bloat, no. The game launcher, like I said, Instagram, messages, I added Twitter, XM Radio, and YouTube Music. It's about the only ones I added. So that's what I've done so far. So that was like the first night I got it. I was all giddy, like a schoolgirl here, getting a new toy, and I looked at the phone, checked it out. Bixby button. I'll get to that in a second. Yes, fingerprint magnet. Oh, yeah, it is a fingerprint magnet. That's why this is here. There are scratches on the screen, and this is what I want to segue into. I just kind of got the phone, got a Samsung account under my personal name, because I have a Samsung account for the channel. Set up Samsung Pay, and I kind of left the phone sit for, seemed like forever for this stuff to get to me, the case and the screen protector, in some time, having time to get around to doing this. But like over last weekend, last Saturday or Sunday, I had time to get up here in the studio, and I wanted to try and put this on. Now, my past experience with glass screen protectors haven't been good. This is why it has scratches on it. My daughter-in-law tried to probably put one on herself, and she says, in most cases, the saying goes, it never sticks. It never stays right. And yes, I've had bad experiences. I prefer to use wet application screen protectors. So this was cheap. It was under $10. And 2-pack as it is. So I said, you know what? I'll give it another go. So I open up the box. I hope I'm in the angle. I'm trying something new here with the raised lower desk on this. So I open it up, and there's this in here. And I'm like, whoa, check this out. So it snaps on here. I don't want to snap on it because I don't want to mess up. I want to demo here what goes on here. So here's the screen, the second one. And I put it in here like this when it all said clean, 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 clean. Clean the screen a million times. The alcohol wipe, window cleaner, stuff like that. And then basically I kind of, well, actually I think I had it like this, and then I kind of fudged with it a little bit like this, and then I know I'm just doing this on the quick, and then you snap it down, and then you peel it up after you press get the sticky stuff to stay on here. I said, wow, that looks pretty even. And went on real clean. No bubbles, thank goodness. No dirt was underneath it. Probably one of my cleanest screen protector installs I've ever done, especially on a tempered glass. So, the moment of truth. I have got two two cases, and I got Spigen. Good stuff. I've had their clear protectors before, the liquid crystal on different phones. I'll put it back in the package to give it a dramatic effect. And I'll show you the other one in a second. Actually, I never opened it up. I think we're going to open it and check it out here on the video. So anyway, I put this on. You know what? I think I'm going to put the other one on real quick, do a demo of that, and then probably put this back on, because this is really nice. It's very, very grippy, tacky at the right moment, but not too tacky. Anyway, getting back to the phone, and this is that, sure enough, I've had this phone for 5+ days, and it went in this case, which will be going probably back in this case. No problem. Like this tool helped you line this up. Simple as that. I knew I wanted to press this phone into service. I didn't really at first set it up, and I didn't use it right away. I had to make some changes. Get my active Galaxy Active 2 watch paired with that. Get my Samsung Pay to work now with this phone, because I had to unpair it from the other phone. Anyway, so I got this phone set up and going. I put it in a case, and sure enough, this tool worked great. For under $10, I think it was. I could be wrong. I think it was cheap. I don't know. I know I've had good luck with Super Shields before. I've used them before. So Let me get this other case real quick. I like clear cases. I really like clear cases. Now, again, I got this on the cheap. I don't remember. It was cheap enough to go, I'm ordering. I don't buy outer box stuff, but it says certified refurbished. Personally, if somebody bought it, had it for a few days, and didn't like it. So you're all seeing this for the first time. Let me lower the desk a little bit so I'll help the shot out. There we go. So we're both seeing this for the first time. Oh, snap. I did get a clear case. I forgot all about it. Boy. And this one is definitely chunkier. Ooh, hard. Okay. Hard and chunky. I'm not going to put it in. I like it, but the only problem with speaking the clear liquid crystal clear one is over time it's going to yellow. I'm going to keep this and put this aside. I wanted to see what that looked like. This is wow. Very yes, I can see it being a very durable, tough case. So I want to put this back in here, and this is what really about speaking cases. I'll put this right here, so really this particular speaking case, in which I've had before. Let's see, maybe hopefully this don't make a liar. Yeah, see, it's on there. Okay. Normally, what I've done on cases with this kind of screen protector, I put it on there and it starts lifting up the glass. In some part of it, it starts to lift. And that's where the frustration level is like going, are you kidding me? After you worked your ass off to get the right position where the cameras are, if there's a speaker here, I can't talk enough about it. I mean, you don't have to spend, let me get it out of there. You don't have to spend $1 million because, what's that, red stone dome screen protector, you know, it's a small mortgage just to get decent, you know, for it. They got you by, you know what. But here you have an alternative. You have, I can't rave enough, as you can tell. I'm very pleased with it. Onto the case real quick on speaking. I noticed is, look, you got the little branding there. The detail. And you know what? Between the screen protector and the case, it's very, there's nothing here. There's nothing here on here to, you know, it's no bump or nothing now. They got a bump here, a bump up here, and of course, because you're going to do that. So that's enough about that. Let me get into my 5 so days of having this device. Fingerprint sensor, polarizing, you know, picked upon. I don't know what else to say. Nobody liked this position of it. And to be perfectly honest, I'm not a fan of it either. But if you really, really know, if you have the finger, hand, grip, finger length, whatever, you know that it took a while. I'm going to be honest with you, in the last 3 days, it took about 2.5 days or so to know that not to do this, not to here. It just eventually. Now, these phones, this one's tall. Undoubtedly, this is a tall phone. So you want to do this. And it's a win. It's a win for the ones who put this fingerprint sensor in the center. It's a no-brainer. I get what they were trying to do. This is art. This is you know, trying to make it. I wish I forgot to bring my S10 up here, because they came back to this pattern, if you think about it, because the camera modules are going across minus no fingerprint sensor because it's under the screen. So they still get this box effect here. where the camera modules are like this. They were going for this, and they knew that this was a failure, and they eventually put it here. And they said, when we come out with the S10, we're going to get it going in this shape. So, real quick, so that was one thing. I've adjusted to it. I have the. Let me see if I can. Biometric. Okay, fingerprint sensor. I'm dealing with it. I did the biometrics. Let me just do it one more time. And now, what's the other thing about important? Because here, to me, mind you, my opinion, to me, is the biometric and the iris scan, the iris lock. It's a pre-generation of face unlock, if you think about it. And of course, no. And now, that there, in the days of mask we're living in, that's a win. That's a win. The iris scanner will work with Samsung Pay. I had that with my S9. I don't know what the heck happened. I haven't really used Samsung Pay. Most of my stuff I've ordered online, I guess. I haven't really used it, but when I have used it, I don't have to the iris scanner works. So it has its place. The other thing about this phone is, and talk about the iris scanner and Samsung Pay, and I know I've talked about this before with my friend Will. I personally feel, and please leave a comment down below, that the magnetic strip MST, I believe we call it the MST for Samsung Pay, is in these phones, this generation. The Note 8, the S series, and with the 9, and then with the Note 9, S9, and S8. Because it will work on anything. It will make the transaction with anything. I feel that they did something different in the S10 going forward. Will and I had a discussion about that MST is still in the phones today. And why I rebuke that is I'm trying to use my S10 to make payments at Lowe's. For some reason, Lowe's and Home Depot are still living in the 1990s and haven't updated their terminals for tap to pay. And that's across the board. Apple Pay, Google Pay, Samsung Pay. Okay? One day when I had my S9, I was able to make a transaction using my S9 at Lowe's. And I know for a fact that the MST was what got it to do the transaction. The person behind the counter was amazed. They said right away, no, it's not going to work. We don't really have that set up, yada, yada, yada. And it did the transaction. I know I went to the post office, did the same thing with my S9. Now, I haven't done it with my S10, but I will report back, make a quick video, somehow even make a video while the transaction is happening to show that this I think something's up with the S10 and at places that don't accept tap to pay. That's that one. Let's see what else. In the comment section, or I can hear people, you hear people complain about certain devices having a weak SoC, a chipset, the Snapdragon in this case. Okay, this is the 735 processor. Let's try it again. 835 processor. Boy, I'm going to get roasted on that one. The 835 processor. Haven't played any games. Still early. I'll report back later. I will try my best to make a follow-up video. I will try my best to play graphic intensive games. But for day in and day out, nothing. Let me do the scroll thing. Scroll fast, scroll. Okay, see? What's the big deal? I don't know. If you can find yourself a good phone, and, you know, these phones are going for about $250, I believe, on Swappa. So, it has a lot of life in it. This is a refurbed unit. My daughter-in-law had a problem back in 2018, I believe it was, late 2018, and she had the insurance, and they swapped it out for another unit. So I feel the battery is a fresher battery is in it. Battery life has been pretty good, 50%. I took it off the charger about 5:30, 6 o'clock. And watch some videos, make some phone calls, watch some videos, Instagram, some pictures. Let's talk about pictures. I'm not pleased with this camera. I'm not pleased with this camera. I've posted a picture or two on Instagram. I have a few other ones. The selfie camera really not good, and this shows how software plays a part, I think, in today's cameras. You know, how they look so great in plain English. I get very blurry, not clear photos, I feel, on the selfie, on the front camera. I'll report back later on maybe some more shots with the rear camera. But I'm not impressed right out of the gate. I do miss. Let's see, camera. They have here selective focus. Let's see here, food. You can take pictures of food. Now, selective focus is something on the effect of. Let's see, 20 inches away. And I took the picture. Now let's see here. And it's processing it. And there it is. Now, adjust the blur. I don't know if this is coming up. Now, you don't have like a slider. Like on my S10, there's a slider. You can change the blur in the back. Now, looking at this, it's okay. It's an okay picture for that. I like portrait. I like the bokeh. So I like to take a lot of those pictures. Now, see, you get that with far focus, and pan focus really didn't do squat. So this is about the only picture that I want to save image. And the image is saved. So, yeah. Bixby. I haven't set it up. I started playing with it with my S9. I want to get that set up and give that a try. The button placement is annoying. It took me a while to remember that this is the button over here. I'm sort of used to the power button, the power off, like on the S10. You scroll down, it'll be a power off button here. I think it's on this side too. But it's just, seeing like my finger, I gotta just be conscientious of where I'm squeezing, because I've squeezed this before and I'm like, no, I'm not ready to do that. I'm not ready for Bixby. So, I want to do more with this phone. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. You know, I have the ability to switch phones, so I might go back to the S10. Yeah. S8 Plus. I like the size. Of course, I forgot my S10 to show you. It is smaller. The S10 is nicer being smaller, but the larger form factor is nice. Both phones are very nice for me, the grip, the hold. I am not terribly, I am not terribly upset. I'm not like having freak out over, oh, it's a 835 processor in it so far. And I want to try and come back in a few weeks and do an update, because in about 2 weeks I'm going to take a few day vacation with the wife and family here to the Jersey Shore, and I'm going to try and put it through its paces there, and also take the S10 along with me too. So, what do you think? Would you keep this phone? Could you live on an S8 Plus? It is on Android 9. It's never going to get an update. It's only going to get quarterly updates for security patches. But I don't know. I'm really intrigued by the size. It makes me wonder what an S20 Plus would be. Would I have the same form factor size that way? And battery life has been great. What else to say? Listen, I made this video as long as I wanted to because I had a lot of information and a lot of stuff to share with you. If you like today's video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like today's video, give me a thumbs down and tell me why. Just don't leave a thumbs down and split. Alright? Let's have the conversation down below. Again, this is Joker Tech. I'm Mike Dixon, and I see you guys in the next video.